So today I want to talk to you a little bit about taking responsibility for what we let into our lives, for the people we let in, for the friends we keep around, and the type of life we want to build. Far too often we spend a lot of time talking about where we want to go in life and the type of life we want to lead, and we settle for less. We settle for not having the life we want, and we surround ourselves with people who don't challenge us. We surround ourselves with people who don't really make us better than we were the day before. They don't require us to grow, because for them to do that would require them to grow as well. And that scares a lot of people. And for me, if I were really honest, I would have to say I'm very grateful, because I have friends who love to go deep. They love to open up and be honest, and we challenge each other, and we require growth from each other. And I'm part of a community who really gets that. And last night, one of our pastors was talking at my church about iron sharpening iron. And I love what it says in Proverbs 27, verse 17. I'm reading from the New Living Translation. It says, "As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend." And the reality is that many of us, our friends don't sharpen us. They keep us leading lives that don't really go very far. And I'm not talking about fame and fortune. I'm not talking about being the next big thing. I'm talking about being someone who has an impact on the world for the better. I'm talking about being someone who makes the world a better place. And that's not an easy place to be when you're with friends. It's not an easy place to be when you have to speak up and say that uncomfortable thing. And one of my mottos in life is be willing to have and start the uncomfortable conversation, because once you start that conversation, quite often it goes somewhere amazing, and it creates a dialogue that creates change amongst your friends, and that change branches out and creates change among their friends. And once that movement starts and once growth starts, it's hard to stop. And as long as people are willing to grow and change, you can go somewhere from there. It's a starting point, and once you have a starting point, you have somewhere to go from there. And it's not always easy to be the person to start the conversation. It's not always easy to go to someone and say that they're doing something that is making you uncomfortable, and they're doing something that you don't appreciate, or that you see them doing something that is holding them back and that is harming them. But the reality is, if you don't do that, they don't have any chance of growing. If you're not the person to do that, who will be? There's no guarantee that there's going to be someone else who's going to have that conversation with them. There's no guarantee that someone's going to step up to the plate and be that friend. There's no guarantee that somebody else is going to step in and sharpen them. We have to be that for each other. And I really struggle sometimes with being in a position to have to speak up to people. And it's not always comfortable. I have people who come to me and point things out to me, and I don't always like to hear it, but I grow from it. I get to grow and I get to change, and that helps me, because I get to become a better person. I get to become a better man. I get to become a better follower of Christ and follow in his example. And I get to do those things to make the world a better place. I get to spread love. I get to bring hope into other people's lives. And that's a great thing. I love helping people. I love serving others, and I love getting to watch somebody else grow, and I love watching that light come on in their eyes when they learn something new and they get a concept that they didn't get before. And I love watching when people realize that they don't have to live a way that they were living before, be it a self-destructive way or in a way that wasn't serving them. And for me, that brings joy to me. Watching somebody realize that they don't have to live in a manner that was hurting them is such a blessing to me. And Martin Luther King Jr. said this: "There comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor politic nor popular, but he must take it because his conscience tells him it is right." And I love that, because that reminds me that sometimes something's going to weigh on our conscience so much that we have no other choice but to speak it. And above my desk, I have this picture that says, "Speak the truth even if your voice shakes." And it's so true, because why would I want to speak anything other than the truth? Because if I don't tell the truth, it's going to come back and haunt me. It has in the past, and I don't live a perfect life. I'm going to be the first one to be honest and say that. But I do my best. No one's perfect. But one of the things that I do try and do is live an honest life. So I do my best to be honest with my friends. When they ask me a question, I answer it honestly, whether it's comfortable or not. And they know that they have the right to do that with me and answer me honestly. And what I love about my friends is that we go to Scripture when we need an answer. And if we can't find it in Scripture, we go to someone that we hope will know the answer, and we search Scripture for the answers. And we live our lives based on the teachings of Christ, because that's how we try to live our lives, in a manner that is Christ-like. So let's live our lives based in Scripture. Let's be those friends that sharpen each other. Let's be as iron that sharpens iron. Let's be there for one another. Let's lift each other up. Let's be the leaders that we want to see. Let's lead each other. Let's spur each other on so that we can be the change that we hope to see within the world. Let's lift each other up. Each day is a chance to do something great. We may not be the next Michael Jordan. We may not be the next Mother Teresa. We may not be the next Barack Obama or whoever. We may not be a great actor. We may not be a supermodel or a sports figure. We may not be any of those things, but we might be someone who might be a figure of change in the world. And that's what this world needs, is a figure of change. And if we all work together, who's to say what will stop us? So each day, live your lives based in faith. For me, it's a life based in faith in Jesus Christ. I hope for you it is as well. And not based in rules and regulations and rites and rituals, but based in the teachings of Christ, based in Scripture. Live your life with hope. Hope that things will get better, but not just blind hope. You have to do the things that you want to do to bring about that hope. Not running people over, but working alongside each other. And by spreading love, each day, spread a little love in the world. A simple, "Hi, how are you?" with meaning can do a lot. I hope you all have a wonderful day.